Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. So, I have a question. Why did everybody leave Cartoon Network? Now, what I mean by this is that why did all the creators of some of the original programs on Cartoon Network from the early 2000s, why did they all leave? Now, you're wondering, well, they left because, they moved on to other projects. Well, yeah, that's true for some of the creators, but there are two creators that stand out of being like a huge part of Cartoon Network. They've had multiple shows that have had nothing to do with each other on Cartoon Network, and these two guys are Genndy Tartakovsky and Craig McCracken. Now, why did they leave exactly? Well, we get a little insight on this if you watched the Samurai Jack Season 5 premiere live stream on Adult Swim. I believe Genndy Tartakovsky was asked the question, why did Samurai Jack never get a proper conclusion? And his response to this was, well, we had the Clone Wars going on right there, and then we never really picked it up after that because then Symbionic Titan came along, and then he left Cartoon Network. And he went on to say something that is really, really interesting. He said that he thought he would be at Cartoon Network his entire life, and then things started to change. Keep your eye on that phrase. Things started to change at the network. So things started to change at the network. He decided to leave and move on to other projects. Now, if you don't know already, he's at Sony right now. But I find it interesting. Things started to change. What does he exactly mean by this? What started to change at the network? Well, I think what he means is that the executives started to change. Executives, new executives probably came in and they wanted something different from the animators at Cartoon Network. Because we can figure that he left probably after Symbionic Titan got canceled. So that's around 2011. So why did he leave? What was happening in 2011? Well, if we take a look at what was happening during 2011, oh, look at this. Cartoon Network has live action shows airing during 2011, and airing a lot of live action shows, might I add. So their expectations started to change. They were going to get cash grabs instead of actually making content that people would enjoy. They saw the success that Nick and Disney were having, so they went to grab in on that cash and make their own live action shows. So that was happening in 2011. Also, what was happening in 2011? Symbiotic Titan got canceled. Why did it get canceled? They couldn't get someone to license the toy line for it. They canceled an incredible show over a toy line. If that doesn't piss off a creator, I really don't know what will. Your show that you put your time, all your effort, and whatever else you put into it got canceled over such a stupid little detail, merchandise issue. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely insane. So that's probably what really drove him to leave, is because the expectation was then at Cartoon Network, we don't care how good your shows are. We don't care if they get so good ratings. We don't care if the plot's amazing. We don't care. We just want merchandise. We want more money. We want money because people are going to be like, oh wow, look at this. I saw this commercial on TV for a toy of this TV show that I think I saw a commercial for. Oh man, let me go buy it. It looks pretty cool. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely insane. So the expectations for the network were changing. That's most likely what drove Genndy Tartakovsky away. But what about Craig McCracken? Why did he leave Cartoon Network? I'm assuming it's probably a similar issue since Craig McCracken and Genndy were at Cartoon Network for the same time, same time period. I would have to imagine that it's a similar, if not the same reason why Craig McCracken left. But Craig McCracken, he actually left before Genndy Tartakovsky left Cartoon Network. Now, when Craig McCracken was asked about the live action shows on Cartoon Network, he said it's a little sad. Cartoon Network had something really unique. And when he said that, it was right after he left Cartoon Network after being there for 17 years. So clearly when the live action shows started coming on Cartoon Network is the time when a lot of the creators started to leave because they didn't like the direction that they saw Cartoon Network going in. They saw them put such emphasis on live action shows and on just making money in general. Clearly that was the case with Symbionic Titan on why that show was cancelled. And it's really a shame that all these creators left Cartoon Network, because most of them, like Danny Antonucci, the creator of Ed and Eddie, they were just there for one show. The majority of the creators were only there for one show. But Craig McCracken and Genndy Tartakovsky, they were there for more than just one show. They were there for multiple shows on Cartoon Network. Like Genndy, for example, he was there for Samurai Jack, Symbionic Titan, the original Star Wars, The Clone Wars, as well as for Dexter's Laboratory. Now, Craig McCracken was there for the Powerpuff Girls and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. And these were some of the greatest shows on Cartoon Network, and they drove away the creators that made these shows. Now, what's left at Cartoon Network? All the original creators from back in the day are gone. There's a new group of creators in, and the only one who I could possibly see sticking around right now is JG Quintel, because he had regular show that ended. Now he's moved on to Close Enough, and it's still with Cartoon Network, even though it's not airing on Cartoon Network. So maybe he'll stick around for a bit longer. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.